Welcome to week 3 of our kitchen makeover.
Thank you, Jesus.
My name is Gabby and welcome back to the channel. Behind me is Michael and we are renovating our kitchen. It is Christmas, hence the Santa hat, but we are putting up cabinets. The last video we finished off by showing you kind of how everything turned out with the contractors. This week we are going to be putting up cabinets and measuring out for countertop. If you enjoy content like this, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below with what you guys think about the project so far. Be sure to hit subscribe. It really helps out the channel and allows us to continue to do projects like this. Without further ado, let's get started. So quick recap on how we got here. This is what the kitchen looks like at this point. Last week while Michael and I were building cabinets, the contractors were out here redoing our floors. They put in these beautiful slate looking tiles and they also completely redid the drywall and reran all the utilities. So now we're at the point where we can go ahead and finally start installing the cabinets. Michael went ahead and cleaned everything up and this is where we're at. So I just want to preface this by saying that this is no tutorial by any means. We were definitely figuring this out as we did it. We did a bunch of research on YouTube before we started installing these cabinets, and honestly eventually we got the hang of it, but at first it was very frustrating. We found that the first thing that all of the tutorials we watched told us to do was to find the highest point of the walls just to figure out like what cabinets need to be raised. So that's what we did with this laser level that we picked up. The laser level honestly helped with this so much, so I highly recommend picking this up if you don't have one. All right, so we are using our laser level to find the highest, or I guess lowest point in the wall. It looks like there is about an inch difference between here to here. And so now we know that we need to shim this side up in order to be at the same level as this side. All right, y'all, we officially got one cabinet in. Now we're working on the second one. This one we're gonna have to cut. So we finally finished installing the 2 bases on the opposite side of the kitchen, and now we're getting ready to start working on the upper. I'm not gonna lie, installing those 2 bases took so long. This upper was actually right next to the hood vent, and so we unfortunately needed to cut this cabinet in order to fit the vent through the top shelf. My poor cabinet.
All right, now we're gonna attempt to put up the upper cabinet. Now that we've cut out the back, this piping should just fit right in, and we should be able to put it on, and then we're gonna put it into the stud, line it up, and hopefully everything is good.
This guy, man. I'm not even ready.
Look at that, perfect fit.
This way?
Upward.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Good. Keep going. Keep on seeing there. She's in there.
I did it!
Good job, babe. You did awesome.
This was today's progress. We were able to install 2 lowers on this side and the 1 upper. We started doing this one, but we just got way too tired, so we're gonna call it a day. Tomorrow we should have at least most of this done. If we can get the rest of the lowers done, we'll be in good shape because the countertop people are coming on Thursday. This is what this upper ended up coming out like. We did end up cutting a little bit more than what we needed to, but that's fine. We're gonna box this in and you won't even be able to see it. See you tomorrow for day 2 of cabinet install. Good morning. It is Christmas Day and we are hopefully knocking out all of these cabinets because Countertops installers are coming to measure tomorrow at 2. So we have until tomorrow at 2 to get everything done. So we're going to be spending our Christmas putting up cabinets. We are in better spirits today than we were yesterday. Yesterday was a little bit stressful. The issue that we were running into yesterday is that a vent for the microwave comes through up here. There used to be a soffit where it was inside of. Now obviously we got rid of it, and so it needs to go on the top shelf of the cabinet, which is a bummer. However, we're gonna close it up and make it look all nice. And so now this is kind of where that vent ends, and there is an electrical wire just hanging out. So Michael is getting ready to put that in an outlet. That way, when the installers for the appliances come, they can just plug in the microwave. To click record on this last cabinet. I'm not gonna lie, that was a very stressful experience, but we got it up. Michael is in the middle of screwing together the 2 cabinets. Okay, so we are ready to do our 3rd upper. Thankfully, this one should be easier because there are no pipes or electrical that are behind it. So this one should be pretty straightforward. We've already identified where our studs are. I'm using the stud finder and then also the head of the screws from when they redid the drywall here. Gonna set up our level. This is a Bosch Professional. Way up, way up.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Thank you, Jesus. My shoulders! Please, you trying to kill me.
He's so dramatic.
All right, let's put another one in.
Okay, so in order to keep the faces together, Michael picked up this little gadget. He picked up this little cabinet clamp. It's from Bessie Tool. And the purpose of it is to keep the faces together. But basically, there's one that tightens it horizontally, and another one that tightens it, I guess like it pushes it inwards. And then you drill in from the sides of the face frames. So there's a little hole in it where you can drill in a pilot hole. So you see that little black thing? That's what Michael just screwed the pilot hole into. And then you can move it away and drill a cabinet screw into it. We're using 2.5-inch cabinet screws. So again, forgot to record this whole end panel situation, but essentially this is the panel that's going to block the fridge.
Good job.
All right, so now this is secured. The doors are off of the cabinets that we're getting ready to hang. And now we're gonna find the studs for this next cabinet.
Oh, this is this corner.
Oh no.
So we decided to hold off on putting up this one just because we have this can light above the upper cabinet and we don't necessarily want to cover it up, but we're gonna see if we can at least relocate it before. It's not necessary for us to have in for the cabinet people to come and measure. So we're just gonna hold off for now, get a different opinion on it, and see what we can do moving forward. So we're gonna focus on the lowers right now, get that taken care of, and then we'll come back to this.
All right, y'all, my camera died, but this is the progress that we made. Today we were able to get all of the cabinets and countertops up, except this one. We were able to get the dishwasher one in, which surprisingly was very difficult. But yeah, we were able to do everything. Tomorrow the contractors are going to come and do a final walkthrough. But yeah, this is what it's all looking like. We're super excited and also exhausted. Morning, guys. It is the next day and we have finally finished out with the contractors. They came and finished doing all the little touch-up work, and now the countertop people are on their way to measure everything out. So yesterday I talked about how the fridge cabinet, we had it to hold off because there is a light directly under where the cabinet is gonna go. So for now, he's getting ready to fill the hole so that we can install the last cabinet and be done with cabinet install. So while Michael worked on patching up that light and relocating it, I went ahead and started painting the two new doors. I just went in with a color that we put throughout the whole house, which is Sherwin-Williams Extra White. Okay, I finished painting the first coat of paint on this door. It's probably gonna need about 2, maybe 3. But while that is drying, I'm going to start working on the second door. We were actually debating and going back and forth about painting these doors a pop of color, just because this kitchen is so white. It's definitely not what we planned for the renovation, but we just decided to go with all white. That way, if we wanted to add color later on, it was an easy color to transition from. Good morning. This is an update. Today's progress. Michael is removing these little panels on the sink cabinet because the countertop people said that it was gonna block the sink. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw on the last coat of paint on the doors. Michael also already went ahead and patched up this hole this morning, so hopefully this dries so that we could paint and put up the cabinet. On the phone with Best Buy because they messed up our appliance order, but our knobs came in the mail. Michael's getting ready to install them. Morning. Here is the update on the kitchen. It's actually been a couple of days. Did a lot more and I just didn't record because they all were little things that amounted to big things. So we finished painting the doors. They look fantastic. We ended up doing Sherwin-Williams Extra White. I believe it's the same color that we used on all of our trims. It looks so good. And then we ended up attaching these new door knobs, just black, circular. We have the same one up front. This is what the cabinets are looking like. Haven't really done much there. We ended up putting up the final cabinet. That one was pretty easy. However, we need to figure out a solution because we needed to cut back the crown molding in order to get the door to open on this cabinet. And so now there's this situation going on. So we need to figure out what we're going to do with that. And this is what these bottoms. Michael also went ahead and installed all the lights. So these 2 lights are from West Elm, or actually all 3 of these lights are from West Elm. And I like how they all correlate together. I do think that they need to be a little bit lower, but that's something that we could figure out later. So the stove installers are on their way. However, they said that the stove needs an outlet and it can't be hardwired like this. So Michael just ran to Home Depot to go get the correct outlet to put on this and is about to put it in before they get here. They're here. super exciting update. They are coming early with the countertops. However, that means we need to finish wrapping the tops of these cabinets so that they can do that. So we are pivoting. Michael has been working on installing the stove. It's a lot harder than we thought because these wires are super thick and we don't have the right tools. So before we go to Home Depot to go get that, we are going to start working on finishing up the counters. So we need to shim this wall up so that it is flush with the cabinets. We also need to cut a hole into the bottom of the cabinet for the sink P-chop because it's too close to the bottom. And we also need to mark where the microwave is gonna be because the backsplash is going up the wall, and we thought that they were gonna install after the appliances are in, but now they're coming before. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that. Looks so good. Oh my gosh. Y'all, so they finished installing the countertops and it looks amazing. It looks so good. And now we can finally start cleaning up. The only problem was this area because the wall is not flush. They were not able to butt it up to it, so we're gonna have to put a little like filler piece. All right, the stove is in and it looks so good. We're just setting up the time. It's beautiful.
438 still?
Something like that.
428.
No. All right, y'all, that was it for this week's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. The next video is going to be all about finishing the odds and ends. So putting in the faucet, all the handles, all the appliances are gonna come in, and hopefully we'll be able to share the final reveal. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the new videos. Seriously, please give us suggestions about the crown molding because I have no idea what to do and it's just beyond us. So again, see you guys. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.